meteorologist Kelly Dobeck here, and I want to talk about something that's happening while you're sleeping. So you probably don't even realize tonight over 350 million birds are migrating across the entire country, and all of this information is actually picked up on radar, weather radar. In fact, Cornell University has just put out a model that helps predict when the bird migrations are going to be bigger, and it uses the weather radar to track birds, which is pretty cool. So let's talk about Ohio and Cleveland specifically, how many birds we can expect tonight. Over 14,000 birds are expected to move through. Again, this is from the Cornell Birdcast, from that forecast model they created using weather radar to track birds. Okay, but we do know during the middle part of May, between now and the end of the month, this is usually our peak migration time. In fact, we have a lot of good resources if you are interested in maybe trying to see some birds. If you're a bird watcher, you want to take pictures or just go take a look for yourself. The Cleveland Museum of Natural History, as well as the Metro Parks, they post a lot of information during this time. A lot of nature photographers too, local photographers will post photos of the birds they see migrating. Now, we talk about this a lot during the butterfly migration in September, but sometimes the birds will also use the Lake Erie shores as a little bit of a place to stop and take a break before they continue their migration. So Wendy Park, areas along the Lakeshore West out towards Huntington Reserve and Huntington Beach, those are good spots to maybe look for a couple of the birds that are trying to make their trek away from the Cleveland Lakeshore here. So that's some spots you can go and look here now through the end of the month, because we know tomorrow is going to be a little bit rainy overnight, but early morning hours you could catch some birds. But again, starting really through now into the end of the month, those are going to be our best opportunities to see some of the birds along the lakeshore, and we'll continue to track them and give you updates when we're expecting big numbers like we are tonight.